For us, we have birthday front to the north, so everything is interconnected because those tornadoes were along this cold front that you see northwest of us, and then of course we have Bertha that's going to be skirting along the Louisiana coastline. As that is happening, the front is pretty much going nowhere, but it's going to keep some areas of rain that are going to be across the Charlotte area, but it's going to take its time. Usually these type of lines are in, they're out, they're quick moving. That's why today we have an elevated flood threat, and that is our biggest new in the forecast compared to the last time I was up here talking about the weather. The front has slowed down. Heavy rain now arriving later, depending who you are, and I'll show you that here on our Futurecast. So you have these area of storms to the north pushing in this general direction, and it's just about this line slowly lowering itself through the course of today and tonight. Meanwhile, early on, we have a chance for severe weather. There is an isolated storm threat. I'm not going to discount that. That can happen on its own, but I think a majority of this is going to be further off towards the north, and even a part of the northeastern part of the Carolinas. I would even say our extreme eastern side to the I-40 corridor, we could have some spin to the atmosphere. These are future rotation tracks, so this is called wind shear. This is where anywhere along the line, there could actually be a tornado warning that's embedded by the early afternoon. So something that we really have to keep an eye on. We're eventually going to see this start to push its way off towards the east by the early evening hours, and that's a better chance for a tornado closer to Greensboro, and then we don't have to worry about any severe weather. The key to today is that not everyone floods, but it's knowing if your home does specifically. So that's why we have a medium threshold today and tomorrow for a chance for excessive rainfall, and that's exactly what we're going to see here in the short term, where some of our Futurecast rain totals, notice this is 2 a.m. We only have about an inch to inch and a half, but then as it pushes its way off towards the south, we don't really see the rain here in Charlotte until the morning time to the afternoon. That's the biggest change. So there is actually some saving grace here that we might be able to avoid some of that rain initially. So here's the first part of the forecast, an isolated storm. That could happen during the afternoon, but the main bulk is going to happen right in here. I would not be surprised along this line if we have severe thunderstorm warnings, so pay attention. Hickory, Statesville areas north. Also an isolated tornado warning not out of the question there. Meanwhile, this turns into just a rain event the further south that you go. So a lot of rain coming all at once. Notice how it's crossing the same area, but then it slowly pushes its way down towards the south. So Charlotte actually looks a little bit drier initially, but then we see more rain by the morning heading into the afternoon. So it just depends where you are. If you live to the north, you have rain pretty much earlier, ending earlier. And if you live towards the south, I-85 and south, it's arriving later and then ending later. Temperatures in the lower to the mid 80s, big difference for your Thursday and Friday. Back to the 90s as we change our pattern again Sunday, Monday, heading into next Tuesday.